Well, hi sugar butts, hi babies, hi cuties, hi darlings, hi my loves. I hope this video finds you well. This is a general message, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Whenever you find it, it is the right time because it is also timeless. Also, please use your own discernment and intuition. I will never reach out to you for personal readings because I'm not doing them. And I would never do that anyway. So the person in the comments like, hey, hit me up. This is my number. We need to talk. Not me. Let's get into it, shall we? These cards have taken a long time. Like, they just feel like they need a lot of shuffling and a lot of like cleaning up and shaking up of energy. So that might just be something you need to do, is like shaking up things, cleaning up your space. Like you feel like things aren't moving forward like you would like them. That means you need to shake some stuff up, get rid of some things. I saw 111 on the clock. If you want this new beginning, you got to get rid of some old stuff. So it's going to feel stagnant and not move forward until you shake up this energy, get rid of things, that type of thing. Yeah, these cards are taking forever to get shuffled. Like, I shuffled them a lot before I came on, so sorry. I thought they were ready. Yeah, you're gonna have to shake up this energy. So there might be some habits that you need to look at, whether that's thinking habits, patterns, just like how your like little day-to-day habits that you have, rituals that you have. Something needs to be changed there. Let's see. There we go. You're gonna meet somebody, I don't know, that's gonna kind of give you this energy, like whether they're physically going to tell you or you're going to see the way that they move and you're going to be like, oh, okay, I need to change this about myself, or I need to change this in my routine. Or you just happen to like stumble upon this suggestion or something like that. And that's going to help you get like going and get things moving, because we have the 8 of Wands in reverse, which is like slowing down, not moving. That's also like shitty gossip. So and we have a Death in reverse right here, and the Temperance in reverse. So things aren't moving because there's something being held onto and not being transmuted, not being healed with that Temperance card in reverse. You're not alchemizing this. Maybe you're holding on to some slander, some gossip, something that was said about you, and it's like it really bothered you because you're like, how could somebody be this way? How could somebody treat another person this way? 456 on my clock, 456. You know, whatever you're hanging on to, like, people don't treat people like that. And, you know, or you're trying to be like, why? Like, why are you like this? Like, what did I do to you? That type of thing. There might be some deep held on to like shit talking, or, you know, somebody came to like sabotage you in some way and slow you down. Like, it could even be your parents or whatever, like this abuse or whatever you want to call that happened to you. It's still hanging in you. It's weighing you down. It's like an anchor to you. It's anchoring you down in this lower vibration. So it's not allowing you to move up forward, like and train to this higher frequency, this higher vibration. And maybe that's what that shakeup is maybe it's not, if it's not physical things, like you can always start with that just because there might be a memory attached to something, you know, whatever. I'm gonna straight say it. You might be using like your exes or like someone that you don't necessarily like you're still using their like Netflix login, or I don't know if you're even allowed to do that anymore, but like HBO Max, like you're still using one of their like subscriptions or something. That needs to be cut off. I know it sucks because you're like, yo, I'm getting like free TV or what, free streaming, whatever it is, free music, you know, their Spotify, whatever. That's still an attachment, and it may not feel like it because you're like, oh, well, I'm getting something out of this. You're still like allowing some sort of energetic exchange in that way. And you know, if this person is, you know, straight up vampire and they took your energy, they did this to you or whatever, and this might be like, let's say you go to the gym and you had beef with this person, or it was like your friend, and they still go to that gym, you still go to that gym, but you don't talk to each other anymore. Something has to change there. That could either be the way you act or feel when you see that person, instead of being like, oh man, can you just go to another gym or something? Something of that sort. Like there needs to be some sort of severing of giving this your energy. You're still holding on to it with that death card. You're not letting it die. You're not letting it transform. And you're not alchemizing that into something and shifting and changing, allowing this whatever tumultuous event to mold you. You know, I'm seeing like how rocks can get formed by the wind and water, and you know, they look so beautiful and different. You know, it's also like what is it, ocean glass or whatever they call it, where it gets formed by tumbling in the sand, and it's like super smooth and cool looking. You aren't allowing this event to shape you into what you're supposed to be. You're still feeding into that wound. You're still cutting it open. So if this resonates for you, I mean, do whatever you want. But if you still feel like some type of way, you know, maybe it's time to cut off that Paramount subscription. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. We got the Knight of Swords in reverse. With the Judgment card in reverse and the Eight of Cups in reverse. Once again, we're still getting that energy of holding on. There's also a lack of self-awareness in this situation. You may feel like you're not taking it personally, or that you're not still deeply affected by it, but there's something still there holding you back. It's still anchoring you in this stagnancy, and you know, you're essentially letting this thing win still. With that Knight of Swords in reverse, I don't see that as lying to yourself. It's like a reckless teenager that, you know, is like, I'm just a rebel without a cause kind of thing. And we have the Justice at the bottom of the deck with Knight of Pentacles. Man, I'm just gonna say it like I sees it. It's almost like your internal world, you know, that rebellious teenager within you, is being defiant and choosing this path and the way you move as a way to, oh, well, I'm getting back at them because this is, they told me I needed to do this, or whatever it is. But it's actually keeping you stuck and stagnant. You're not moving forward. The Knight of Pentacles is like hard ass work moving forward. You know, it's like the little farm boy. But you're in that like rebellious teenager energy where it's like, oh, well, they told me. Damn, we got the Knight of Wands in reverse. We have 3 Knights in reverse. The Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. That's like that teenager energy. But it's all in reverse, so it's like super rebellious, super, or what? You know, if somebody tells you, why? For what reason? Why? What are you gonna do? That type of thing. Like, you're still, like, say, okay, going back to that, like, you're still using their, like, streaming service subscription. I saw 11:11 on the clock. You're still using it, even though, like, you see their name all the time, because you're still logging into their subscription thing, and you get that like stabbing pain in your heart or whatever, or you're just so used to it now you don't even notice that you're still affected by this. This is like almost like you're serving justice, like, yeah, I'm still using your subscription. And it's like your ego has warped your thinking into thinking like this is how you're getting back at them, this is how you're getting your justice, when in fact you're still giving them the power and your energy. I'm just calling it like I sees it, I'm sorry. And by playing into this, that's that like reckless teenager, like, oh, well, just because you said I need to do this, I'm gonna get back at you and not do it, even though it's to my detriment. No, I don't have to do that because you're telling me to do it. And so it's like your ego, you're wounding whatever it is, and that could be that inner teenager, that inner part of yourself that was wounded, that inner child that was wounded. And you know, that's still coming out in some sort of way, in this defiance. And that's how your brain, you know, your ego is twisting your thinking patterns into thinking like, oh, this is how I'm getting my justice, when in fact you're still giving all this energy to them. It's to your detriment because you're just being a rebel without a cause, because this is how you're getting your justice. And it's putting you in this super stagnant energy, and you're not being able to leave this behind. We have the 8 of Cups in reverse, and that's walking away from something that's not worth it. Like, see, like in this card is like, to me, like having a bunch of junk in your house. You're like, oh, but my grandma gave it to me, it's an antique. And then, you know, if you actually went and like had it appraised by an antique specialist or whatever you call them, they'd be like, oh, this is cheap, this isn't even, yeah, it's old, but it's junk. Like, you would get more money just throwing it away. Or, you know what I mean? Like, you're holding on to this junk thinking that it's like worth something, when it's just trash. It's just collecting dust, creating clutter in your mind, in your home, you know, all of this stuff. And that's why we're going back to that, you know, it's all tying in now. And I like when it happens like that. You still feeding into this, still feeding into that loop, still using the subscription, still going to the gym and seeing their face and be like, man, fuck it, you know, that type of thing. Wherever you're going, you're just collecting more shit, more clutter in your brain, when you don't need to be doing that. It's time to clean it up. It's time to get rid of this junk. And, you know, it's almost like I'm hearing the phrase, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Let it go, give it back to God. Or, you know, whatever it is, finally get off that subscription, get off the teat. Because whether you know it or not, there's still that subconscious, that underlying energetic cord, and you're still taking on their shit. You're still feeding into that wound. You're not letting it heal because you're still peeling the scab off every time and opening it up and being like, ooh, what's in there? And it's all unconscious. It's in no way, you're not consciously choosing this, of course, because why would you? But you're still playing into it. And you're still giving them your power and your energy. And this is why things aren't moving forward. This isn't justice. Justice would be to let it go, quit gripping onto this shit, let it go, clean it out. You know, what's that chick that someone can put in the comments, but that chick that's like all into like organization and does this bring you joy, or you know, do you get any feeling from this object? Well, then throw it away, bitch. You know, like that type of thing. Throw it away. If you don't like this person hurt you, and you're still like, oh yeah, well, I'm getting back at them, I'm still using their stuff. You're still feeding into them. You're still giving them your energy and depleting your own. And that's why, because you don't have the energy that you need to move forward to create this dope shit, this manifestation. And by having that cord still open, they have access to your abundance, whether you want it to or not. That's all on an energetic level or physical level. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. But you're still feeding into them. And we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, which is still, that's not independence. That's not having your own abundance. It might be a little bit of a codependency thing. Like you're addicted to this, like hating on this person or like being like mad at them, because that's all you've known. Oh, and we have the Knight of Swords in reverse, which I'm getting is like also being like, it's like you're addicted to thinking about how they wronged you and how you want justice for this. Sometimes that's not your job. If you're not a cop, if you're not a police officer, you don't need to go to somebody's domestic violence call and de-escalate the situation, right? That's not your job. Your job is to heal. And we have the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there's this addiction, and you're taking on a responsibility that's not even yours. So let it go so you can finally step into this like moving forward and just finally just like, you know what, have it. Have your junk, have your trash, have your dragon hoard that I've been, you know, stealing from, taking from, whatever, as a way to get my justice, my reward. You can have it. I don't need this anymore. Because as soon as you let that go, the abundance is just going to burst wide open, because this person or this thing that you're feeding into isn't high vibrational, and it's weighing you down and collecting clutter. You can't go get a new couch for your living room if you have the old couch in there still. If you don't have the room, where are you going to put it? On top of the other couch? How are you going to sit on it? That type of thing. So you have to think about this stuff. Let go of this clutter, clean it out. Damn, I have to go, babies. I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, Kate. Bye.